Why can't we find her anywhere? Could it be that the kid has been taken by the corruptors?
She's an A-class sinner after all. She should be quite capable. Unless something happened that made her lose control of her emotions. We are now lacking the most effective means to stabilize the sinners. If their M value is unstable, it may also attract nearby mania creatures. That would be very dangerous.
Kid has psychological trauma. If she was the one who smashed this wall and saw what was inside. Psychological trauma? Why didn't you say so earlier? Can't you put her on our team?
This task was originally recommended by the higher-ups. No one expected it would cause this much trouble. I can only ask you to take care of her. That child's father is an FAC instructor. The soldiers who were good to her family, and the whole team died in a secret operation. Yes, in NF-103. There were too many rumors about FAC in those years, and many people involved would think negatively. Her mother later died from excessive worry. Christina was hit hard and caused a lot of trouble. A kind family adopted her. Christina herself is trying to recover. She's very motivated, and she even got into the police academy. But there's always a fear of the unexpected. Her parents were also FAC combatants who recently fell in the West District operation. That child always tries to act tough. I don't know if she can keep it up.
NF-103 again. I should have gotten rid of her sooner. And she shouldn't have come alone. Chris! Where are you? Answer me! Chris! You're...
It's a dream. Not real. I'm on a case. You finally woke up. You were screaming so terribly just now. Having a nightmare, were you? Don't worry. I've mercifully drawn out all the contamination from your body. The floor is hard, isn't it? Sorry about that. I should have offered a pillow to the injured, but with your whole body wounded, it would dirty my clothes. You'll have to bear with it. What is this place? This is my garden. You're in the enemy's headquarters, little detective. Do you remember me? I remember. Murderer. With a doll face like yours, you should say something cute and pleasing. Come, call my name. Kokalik.
Your cases. They are all acts of vengeance against what happened 10 years ago. Identical vengeance. But that's not your goal. Through these cases, you want me to investigate something. To expose something that happened 10 years ago. Why didn't you just let me investigate directly? Why keep me in the dark? And the 2 lines of poetry and the 2 people, just stop it here. I can investigate what you want. Just stop.
The garden is a place to enjoy life. Can we not talk about boring work stuff?
Then why did you bring me here? To kill me? To interrogate me?
Let me think. Oh, someone recommended you to join the garden.
Huh?
Such a cute reaction. Since you're also a pitiful child of FAC, why don't you greet the little friends here?
Also?
Over the years, so many people from FAC have died. Wouldn't it be normal for a few children who share your plight to join the garden? They quite like you.
It's not the same. Even if I was treated unfairly, I don't want to harm others. I believe in justice.
What's so different? Didn't you go to Nirvana by yourself 8 years ago and stab a Paradisos representative? You're quite the oddball, I say. You spout nonsense about justice and truth, yet your blossoming is pathetically dark. Even when bound and brought to my garden, you're not surprised. It's because you're so used to it, aren't you? Your heart has been trapped in the dark all along. What happened back then that infuriated you to the point of committing such a serious act at such a young age? Did the assassination succeed? Did you kill the person you hated to the bone?
It wasn't like that. And it has nothing to do with you. I won't tell you.
So, the assassination failed. What a pity. You clearly have talent. You even became a sinner. As an assassin, an avenger, a person ignited by rage and burning everything, you have a talent for violence and destruction. Just like the flowers here. That's why that woman kept you by her side. Give up on your talk of justice. It's just a lie concocted by your Shalom, a chain she uses to bind you. Doesn't the case at hand prove this? Anania, a shallow and vain woman, stands on moral high ground to denounce others. After hurting others, she got scared out of her wits. But in a few days, she whitewashed herself and returned to the high ground. That Nathan, a dirty syndicate dog, attaches himself to a morally corrupt counselor and has countless deaths on his hands. 10 years have passed. If it weren't for me, would anyone have penalized him? Where's your justice then?
You're not the first person to say that to me. Because the world is so dark, justice doesn't exist. So it's okay for us to cross the line. It's just an excuse to cover up your own misdeeds. I've read all the Garden's files. You keep talking about vengeance, but what you're really doing is spreading mania with prohibited weapons. You contaminate a dozen civilians by killing one target. There are several cases of indiscriminate attacks on the FAC, all to undermine the anti-mania efforts. Because the world is a mess, your own evil deeds don't matter? Bullshit! Don't gloss over the bad things you've done, you're just as immoral. You're part of the evil. How many civilians in the city-state turn pale at the mention of the Garden? How many vile criminals imitate its actions to harm the innocent? Are you in total oblivion?
Hear that, Thistle? This is the kindred spirit you fought so hard to save.
What?
You went to great lengths to pull her out of the pile of corruptors, thinking that shared experiences would breed empathy. But in her eyes, you're just a bastard. Your kindness is misplaced. If she knew how you're so infatuated, would a few shed tears and kind words from her make you hand over everything about the Garden in a crying mess?
I'm sorry, Mentor. Forgive me.
Pathetic. I've told you before, stop caring about others so much. Now what are you crying and whining for? Do you want me to say, "Oh, it's okay, I forgive you," so you can feel better? You act on your own, break my rules, bring the enemy into our base, and expect me to care about your feelings? Am I your mommy? What a pain. What little time I have for rest has been ruined by you and the dirty thing you brought back. Solitary confinement. You're not allowed out until I cool down.
Wait!
You should have died there, you domesticated scum.
See, she's also a family member of the FAC, and also lost everything in NF-103. But she didn't have your connections. When she sought help from so-called justice, she only received resounding slaps in the face. So, she came to me.
And then, you took advantage of her. It started with the underground, and then you all deceive and exploit these wounded people under the guise of vengeance. You turn them into weapons that harm others when they have nothing left. Even if her original life was destroyed, people are resilient. She could have slowly recovered, slowly returned to normal. But you lured her into darkness, and she can never go back!
Stop yapping. Is what the hush gave you some kind of noble justice, and what I give is brainwashing with hatred? Who are you looking down on? I know exactly what kind of person you are. You don't have the ability to take revenge on this world on your own, so you cling to the most hollow things as a lifeline. People like you are the easiest to deceive, the dumbest and the weakest. If it weren't for the need to give that idiot Thistle a dose of reality, I wouldn't even bother to look at you. The Garden won't believe your righteous talk. It won't believe any of you. Everything that demands submission in the name of love and nobility is a filthy lie. All sacrifices made for these extraneous things are proof of ignorance. Those who dare to harm us must be punished by our own hands. This is the only way to personally take back what they took from me.
So, what is this now? This series of cases. Who are you taking revenge on?
I've personally settled my deep hatred and grudge a long time ago. I'm free. And everything I do now is what I enjoy. As for what I'm going to do, pass the message to your owner. Let her play with me. That must be why she sent you here. After all, it's not like anyone really expects you to solve the case. Relax. This is just a little body recovery agent, with a little bit of a stimulant to help with your state of mind, to help you escape from here. As long as you don't remember the way back, I won't take your life. Run. Don't die on the way. The show's not over yet. I'm waiting for you to help raise the curtain.
My father was a hero. He said justice and light are eternal, and he fought for them. But many, many heroes died easily on a journey 10 years ago. Their deaths were meaningless.
In NF-103, the FAC's large-scale battle ended in total failure. The number of deaths is not disclosed, with no further explanation. According to leaked information, the destination was the Dis-Sea, with survival odds at 0.
The FAC was widely criticized. Its status plummeted to a point where the city council and Nirvana could manipulate it. My father also became a laughingstock. People called him a hero, but in their hearts, they called him a wronged soul. I asked, Father and his mates all fought for justice and died defending the city-state. Why did it end like this? Doesn't everyone want justice? They respond with silence, mockery, or by turning their faces away in disgust. Eventually, someone speaks up, claiming that these wronged souls never saw the truth, that justice is a lie. And they said, in this era, one can be randomly stripped of their rights, and evil can go unpunished. Reality is filled with fog and conspiracy, with interests, hatred, and desire all towering above justice. Blindly believing in it is foolish, and those who die for it deserve to. I wanted to argue back, but I choked. Whenever I begin to doubt, bad things always happen. I started to develop a terrible intuition that everything was going downhill, and what's worse, most of the time, it was right. If justice exists, where is it now? Why doesn't it show itself? The world is falling apart, creating such a massive black hole. Why is it being ignored? Why isn't anyone filling it?
In NF-104, Nirvana withdrew from the West District. A major explosion occurred in Mine W31, causing over 10,000 deaths. The organization claimed it was an accident, and after an investigation conducted by Paradiso's investigators, this explanation was accepted.
The black hole grows larger, and I can't escape it. I have to do something. I can't just watch as my world collapses with it. I have to do something.
The Garden won't believe your righteous talk. It won't believe any of you. Everything that demands submission in the name of love and nobility is a filthy lie. All sacrifices made for these extraneous things are proof of ignorance.
W31 was not an accident. It was planned. I checked their asset transfers. They're all riddled with irregularities. My intuition tells me this is evil. The same evil that my father and the others faced. If no one will bring them to justice, then I will. I must go. When someone from Paradisos went to Nirvana, I lay in wait near Nirvana's headquarters. I got shot at. Many people came to hit me, to catch me, labeling me a sinner. I didn't care. I fought back and managed to stab one of them. But it was she who protected me amidst the hail of bullets.
Is that so? You came here to prove the justice in your heart. You must be reaching your limit to resort to such drastic measures. There's no need for this. It's not time yet. You have a long way to go. Listen to me. Justice exists without a doubt. I've seen it with my own eyes. In another pure, real world, where every facet of the human heart is laid bare, there, I saw justice, and it exists forever. Right now, someone is standing up for you. Once you grow up, it will be your turn to fight for them. In this way, what you believe in will surely... Christina? Did you have a nightmare?
Shalom?
Yes, it's me. I'm sorry. I'm late.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I stabbed you. I mistook you for a bad guy. I even wanted to kill you. I'm just like them. The jerk who hurts others. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. You didn't hurt anyone. You're the one who got hurt. Justice is always there. It's already in your hands. You've grown. You've been doing very well.